Some people don't vanish in the dark. They don't disappear in remote forests or abandoned highways. Some people vanish in plain sight. On streets filled with cars, cameras, and strangers. And when that happens, it forces us to ask a terrifying question. How can someone disappear while the world is watching? This is the cold case of Lina Carter. A disappearance so ordinary at first glance that it was ignored until it was too late. Lina Carter was 24 years old. Quiet, dependable, and deeply routine-oriented. She lived alone in a modest apartment complex in a mid-sized city, not dangerous, not isolated, not unusual. She worked at a small marketing firm downtown. She walked to work every weekday morning. Same route. Same time. Same coffee shop stop. Friends described her as cautious. She didn't take risks. She didn't vanish without telling someone. Lina had plans. Future plans. Long-term plans. That's what makes what happened next so disturbing. On Tuesday morning, Lina left her apartment just after 8:10 a.m. Security cameras inside the building captured her. Wearing a light jacket. Carrying her work bag. Locking her door behind her. Nothing about her behavior suggested fear. Outside, the street was already busy. Morning commuters. Cars stopping at traffic lights. Pedestrians heading to work. Lina joined them. She walked toward the same intersection she crossed every single day. And that's where the timeline breaks. Lina never arrived at work. At first, no one panicked. She was only a few minutes late. Then 30 minutes passed. Then an hour. Her phone rang, unanswered. By midday, co-workers assumed she was sick. By evening, her family knew something was wrong. Police were notified that night. Officers checked her apartment. Door locked. No signs of struggle. No missing belongings. Her bank accounts were untouched. Her social media was silent. Her phone's last signal, a busy intersection, less than a mile from her apartment. A place filled with people. And yet, no one remembered seeing her. Because Lina was an adult, independent, and had no obvious threats, investigators made a decision that would define the case. They classified her disappearance as possibly voluntary. This single assumption slowed everything. Surveillance footage requests were delayed. Canvassing nearby businesses was postponed. Witness interviews were not prioritized. Security cameras at nearby stores overwrote footage within days. The city kept moving. Lina did not. Days turned into weeks. Flyers were posted. The family searched on their own. But official urgency faded. There were no press conferences. No citywide alerts. And slowly, the case slipped into the background. 3 months later, a woman came forward. She said she saw a young woman matching Lina's description near the same intersection. Getting into a dark sedan with an older man. The interaction didn't look violent. That's what made it chilling. The woman hesitated before reporting it. By the time she did, the description was vague. The car was never identified. The tip was logged. And then, nothing happened. Months later, Lina's family pushed for a review. New detectives looked at the file and reached a disturbing conclusion. There was no evidence Lina planned to leave. No goodbye messages. No packed belongings. No financial preparation. What looked normal was actually a red flag. By the time the case was reclassified as suspicious, the trail was cold. This case highlights a painful truth about missing persons investigations. Routine disappearances are often the most dangerous. When someone vanishes during a predictable daily activity, the window for evidence is extremely small. Surveillance footage must be collected immediately. Witness memory fades rapidly. The first 24 to 48 hours are critical, even without signs of violence. Assumptions can cost lives. Lina Carter didn't disappear because no one cared. She disappeared because her routine made her disappearance seem safe. Busy public spaces created a false sense of security. Early delays erased physical evidence. Witnesses weren't identified in time. Cold cases are often not unsolvable. They're unfinished. Years later. No confirmed sightings. No suspects publicly named. No remains found. Lina Carter's name now sits in a database of unsolved disappearances. A life paused mid-routine. Someone knows what happened to Lina. Someone saw something, and didn't realize it mattered. And that's the most unsettling part. She didn't vanish in darkness. She vanished while the world was awake. If a person can disappear on a busy street, during a normal morning, without anyone noticing, what does that say about how many other stories we've missed? And how many are still waiting to be seen?